Hello and welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program episode. And first off, I want to apologize for this episode being a little late, but I have had a very busy week and a lot of schoolwork. And on that note, I want to say that the next couple of weeks and probably this month, I will be very busy with school projects and exams. So the episodes will be a little shorter, but I will still try to make 1 to 2 episodes per week. But the time I have to do the episodes, or the time I'll have to play Kerbal Space Program and have with editing is will be a bit shorter. So on that note, let's start playing the game. So yeah, here we got the SpaceTrain on its way to Minmus. It's halfway there, and it has the 2 fuel tanks, the Kethane rover, and the new control unit for Kronos, and a small space tug for maneuvering things around the space station if we need to do that in due course. Now it is not powerful enough to push big great fuel tanks, but that's not what we're going to use it for. It will be small things that will arrive, like crew, or yeah, we'll see. But first off, while our bus is on the way, let's send the first part of our Kethane mining rig to orbit. So this is the main drilling part, the main compartment or module, and it has a couple of, or actually 4 drill bits, a Kethane storage unit and converter. So this will do all the Kethane parts of the assembly, or the Minmus space. And the reason I've done that is because if we get resources, or we find anything else to get resources with, we can just switch out this part. But I think we'll go for Kethane anyway because it looks very good, and I think it will be a good, because this base will be assembled on Minmus, or we'll assemble it halfway and then pull it to Minmus with the space train. So yeah, this is the first part in orbit, and now it's just like a truck soaring in orbit. It is useless. So let's deorbit the engine, and because we now have the beautiful re-entry effects, I included that so we can see this thing burning up in the atmosphere. Now if I had installed the deadly re-entry mod, this would probably explode too, which probably would look very great and amazing, but I have not done that yet. So yes, this is the main part with 4 wheels able to drive, and it has 3 Kerbals that will be their main job will be to assemble the whole space station once it gets there. And the main reason I have included them is that if I break a tire or more, they can fix them. So yeah, let's go over to launching the power unit. Now this is what will give power to a whole mining facility, and it has 4 solar panels for daily use, or when we are mining. And then it has a lot of isotopes to give us some power in the night time, and we also have a lot of batteries on it, so hopefully it will hold a whole night, but I'm not sure how long one night is on Minmus. But anyway, that is something we'll find out in due course. Now that's why this is Kerbal Space Exploration, because I am doing at least things that I haven't done before, or to be honest, most of the things we've done up to now I've done before, but now we're starting to go into the places where I haven't been. I haven't done the Kethane mod before, so this will be the first time building a Kethane base and flying fuel back and forth between different planetary bodies. And all the deep space missions I've done before have been fuel restricted because I had to fly all the fuel up from Kerbal. So this will be where the exploration starts for me, at least, with getting to do some new stuff. And you see I forgot to detach the probe part before launch, so we have some more space debris now. I think we're up at 3 things in orbit, so that's not too bad. But yeah, this is a first look at what our Kethane base will look like. The next part will be some storage units and probably living quarters, and we'll see. But this is what we made so far, and it's ready for the train to pick it up and fly to Minmus. The only thing we'll send up to it before the train arrives is a fuel tank, so we can store some fuel when mining. But the fuel train has just arrived in Minmus, so we are not in any hurry. And we can see Minmus approaching nicely in the background. And as I said, we have the 2 fuel tanks, a control unit, and a small space tug, and the Kethane rover, which I will not show to you yet. That's why it is inside these fairings. It will be a surprise. Well, it's not actually a big surprise, because that was my first rover before I made anything else. I tried to make it in this for this episode, and I have to be honest, I don't think I'm that good at making rovers yet, so I'll have to do some practice, but it will do its job nicely. I think it will. It's not a looker, but it is practical. So yeah, getting the SpaceTrain in orbit around Minmus and wasting a lot of RCS, but it doesn't matter, because why are we at Minmus? Well, we are here for producing fuel and RCS, so we can just empty out those fuel tanks, because there's no need of having that staying at Minmus. So what should we do in the future? Well, I'm thinking that we'll have to find a good way of transporting fuel and monopropellant back and forth between the planets, if we're going to build one big fuel truck or if we're going to use the SpaceTrain. So that's something we'll have to think about till next time. Maybe you guys could leave a comment on what you think would be a nice design as a fuel truck. Oh, and other things I was thinking of talking to you guys about today. Number one, and it's one I'm very happy to announce, is that I've passed my 100 subscribers. So last Sunday, I think it was, I got my 100th subscriber. So thank you all for your support, and I love reading your comments. I read everyone, and I try to answer everyone that has a question or something that I haven't answered too many times before, if I can say that. But I read everything, all the PMs, all the comments I get, I do. And if you have any questions or things you are wondering about, please give me a message or comment, and I will answer it as soon as I can. And if it's needed, I'll also make a short video on it. That's kind of what I'm doing. What was the other thing I was going to talk to you guys about? Yes, so first off, I haven't decided how I'm going to celebrate my 100th subscriber, if I'm going to make a small video or something, or we'll just let it pass. We'll see. I'll probably make a short video, but as I say, I'm pretty restricted on time lately, or playing time. Then most of the times go for school projects. So we'll see what I'll do. It'll be fun, I hope. And the next thing is that I was thinking of doing a live stream, maybe the week that I was thinking of doing it this week or next week, but I don't think that will be possible. So I'm thinking of doing a live stream, let's just say in the future, in the near future, and I would like some comments on what people would like to see. If you would like to see a live stream with me at all, that would be something, well, that would be great information, first of all, and what you would like to see, if you would like to see a live stream with me, and what kind of missions we should try to do. Now, I live in Norway, so we'll probably go out from Greenwich Mean Time, since I'm Greenwich Mean Time 1, or well, yeah, something like that. So yeah, please give me a comment on what you think and what we should do. And also, if you have any ideas for the Kerbal space exploration or anything, any tutorials, just give me a comment. I will take a look at it as soon as I can. I get all my comments on email on my phone, so I can read them at once and find an answer and answer you guys as soon as I can. So yes, we docked the first fuel tank at Zeus with the space bus. Main reason I use the space bus is that tug is too small. It doesn't have the power to push a whole big fuel tank. So the space bus is pretty heavy and a solid construction, so it has more than enough control to put the fuel tank where it should be. So that's number one, and just as easily on the first attempt on the other side we have fuel tank number 2. So the Minmus station Zeus has the capability of having at least 2 more fuel tanks, but I'm thinking we'll see how much fuel we'll have in them before. If we need more fuel tanks, we already made them in the VAB, so we can just send them up here. It will take just a day to fly them, so it's not such a big deal. So we'll start with these 2, and I think that will work fine, at least in the start. Maybe we'll need more once we get our more efficient Kethane producing base. So yeah, and lastly, the Minmus station is starting to be complete, and since this is more a whole build, it has a lot less lag than the Chrono station. So we're changing out the control unit with something else with a docking port, so we can dock things on top too, since I made that small mistake. So since the other drone part didn't have any RCS or rocket boosters or anything, that's flying around Minmus. So we're in 4. We doubled our debris in 1 episode. So yeah, we'll do a cleanup of the bigger debris later, but these small things, they can just fly around. I think it will do no damage. But we have 2 very big fuel tanks and rocket engines soaring around Kerbin that could potentially be at risk of damaging some of our stuff, so we'll have to get rid of that later. But I'm burning on the backside of Minmus, or the side pointing towards Kerbin, to get my periaps inside Kerbin's atmosphere so we can do an aero brake. And yes, a little teaser till next episode. We are starting to descend our Kethane rover and trying to find the perfect base place on Minmus. I think I found the perfect spot, and I hope you guys agree with me in the next episode. But I will not show you now. This is the end of this episode. So we can see Kerbin in the background with Minmus, and I think it's a pretty nice shot for an ending. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave a comment. Please answer the questions I had. And yes, fly safe guys. Wearing Storm signing off.